me. I'm okay. Don't ask what I'm doing. I'm fine. Just leave me the fuck alone. Okay, love you. Bye.
She's like, I'm done. That's all I have to say.
You are about to be informed.
And then I get in the gym and like rage out and just have to be on a completely different frequency than like the constant rapport of relationship and like, hey, how are you doing? What are you channeling today? Dude, can we?
What are you channeling? They asked you that at the gym?
No, but it just feels, it just feels like I have been asked, like, what have you downloaded today? Or like people just wanting to know about downloads. And I'm like, I don't know. Why don't you ask God?
Dude, I think downloads, like that is such I'm going to say this, it's an activating word for everyone I've ever met. It's like they have no clue what that means, but they know what it means. And so they're like, they're either really mad that you say you downloaded something, or they're like oddly grabtastic about it. Does that mean? Yeah. I don't know. That's just been my experience.
Yeah, grabtastic.
Yeah, they're like that.
I ain't got nothing.
I feel like standard. I feel like that's like common manifestor, like relation-y thing.
Yeah.
It's like they're like,
right.
What's going on? What do you have? Like your energy, and I'm like,
I'm trying to like suss out that space because I'm like, is it that is that just what it is all of the time? Or it's just, oh, I just need space. You're annoying me, but really I just need space. The grabbing, like I feel that grabbiness, but I'm like, there's got to be a different way about it, about like my feeling about it, because I just get really annoyed or angry. I'm like, leave me the fuck alone.
No. I like stopped going to the gym I was going to for that reason. Is that like I did not want to talk to those people. I didn't want them to talk to me. Just cut and run.
Yeah. I was just going to say, Violet, I do not think that the irritation piece, like, okay, now that I'm saying it out loud, I'm like, wait, you're like kind of workshopping this in the lab right now. I'm not so sure this is true. But I will just say this. For the average person, willingness, you will never get over that anger. Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yeah.
Okay, so for the average person's willingness, they will never be willing to train what is required to get past the frustration, anger, or rage piece. So in general, I would just say to people, no, you'll never get over that. It's always an interruption. It just is what it is. And like what the aura, this aura, manifestor aura wants to do is never be interrupted. Like, ever.
Yeah.
So
ever.
So ever. And like, I guess I would say that I have a peaceful way of backlogging the anger that comes from being constantly interrupted by your child, but I'm not getting out of it. I'm just saving it for a later date. That's it.
Yeah.
That's why I have emotional processing practices.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
when you have a puppy, you can put a jacket on your puppy that says "Puppy in training, do not touch." You could have one
I
of
need
those
that jacket.
manifestor working out, do not speak.
In the gym, shut up.
Yeah. In a rest cycle, leave me the fuck alone. Don't talk to me.
And it's kind of
Literally.
like you can do it with like mean mugging. That's apparently I mean mug at jiu-jitsu a lot. Like you can do it with mean mugging and headphones, but that also, if you're feeling like in a rest cycle or like that takes, it's kind of like the autistic masking piece of like, that takes so much energy to just be like, don't talk to me, don't talk to me, don't talk to me. And that's like having, you know, people that being in places where people don't ask you what your downloads are today.
Yeah.
I'm curious if you still have the truck off t-shirt and if you could sample that as an experiment. It's just like a giant middle finger on your body.
But it's not even the human interaction. It's the text, you know?
Oh.
Okay, I was still in the gym.
The gym is fine. Like I specifically make no friends there.
Turn your Readreceipts on, open that shit, and leave it unresponded.
Yeah, that.
I mean, that just might be a me thing.
No, I loved how you said that so nonchalantly when the average person would be like that is the most savage thing you could do to another human being.
I just want to,
like people actually expect to be like answered every time. Like that's average. That's normal. Like we are outside of the normal related.
None of us said hello when we came in. There was no, hi, how are you?
Like, why would we do that? Can I just tell you guys, one of the biggest things that I've wanted in my business, which is so funny now that I'm saying this out loud, but like I have wanted to figure out the way to start calls and have no greetings. I've wanted that so badly. I've been like, this is the most awkward part. Like they're saying, oh, hi, how are you? I'm like, shut up, bitch. You know why you're here. Don't do that with me right now. And I don't want to do that with you.
What I'm saying.
Don't want to do you today.
Hey, baby girl.
Like, don't do that. No, don't do that with me.
Don't need to do that shit.
Don't
need to do that shit.
Is this for the intro?
Oh my God.
I feel like that's why I love responding to stories, because it's just like straight to the, you don't have to be like, it's like, yeah, fuck that.
Fire.
To whom it may concern. I
really enjoy it. Finds you so well.
All right. This relates to. I feel like we both did Home Alone aftershave. I have been thinking this week that manifestors need to stop taking business advice from projectors. Because I feel like all of the niceties.
But like just
manifestors need to stop taking business advice from anyone. They need to stop taking business advice.
Just stop.
Y'all, I have been reflecting on this so hard lately. I'm like, wow, before I ever got coached by anyone who did business things, I did it all naturally based on urge, and I didn't think about it, and I didn't plan it, and I did it automatically, and I just did it, and I was successful immediately. Like I never waited long, never once. I've never done that. And as soon as I started being imprinted by other business-minded people, the waters got muddy, like period, from that point until like literally the season I'm in right now. It has been muddy for me. And I look back on how I did things in my business as I started, and I'm like, this is so on brand with your whole design. What the actual fuck? You never needed anyone to tell you anything about business.
Yes. Yeah.
Like you weren't stubborn. You weren't being dumb by saying like, oh, I don't need that. Oh, I don't want that. Like you were literally being an authority. And at some point I stopped being an authority. And at that point, my money changed in such a drastic way. So this season is all about reclaiming that fucking authority, not listening to fucking anybody. And nobody says do something.
Oh,
Jen, your internet
Yeah.
your internet is hanging by an absolute thread.
Yeah, it is.
I love this.
So choppy. I burped so loud.
I did
During
about,
that
and then
whole
I blew
thing.
it up like it was cigarette smoke. We love a burp.
No, our outro song should be the very specific Sid Vicious recording that Marky Ramone does on his outro to his show on whatever radio. And it's a very terrible version of I Did It.
That was the most hyperlinked.
Oh my God, we were talking about that song.
We were.
Dude.
We were.
Yeah.
Wait, the one thing that I noticed is that it's never interrupting, like never annoying if another manifestor interrupts me.
Yeah.
What is up with that?
What the fuck is up with that?
Wait,
and that's what I was reflecting on with the rest cycle too. I'm like, I'm not annoyed by when like a manifestor pops in real quick. Like I don't ever feel I'm not annoyed by it.
I have a theory.
It doesn't bother me energetically.
Do you want to hear my theory?
Okay.
I'm curious if I'm already thinking of your theory. Go ahead, Karen.
Jack is like king of interrupters, being a projector. And it used to like really piss me off when he would interrupt me. And recently I just don't stop talking. And then it's like not an issue for anyone. It's just like if they I feel like if a manifestor interrupts, it's like both voices carry on in parallel. But
yes.
If you let the other voice like stop up the
flow.
pipe.
Yeah.
This is reminding me of when I shushed my manager at LC. He's like, we need to talk in my office. Why are you shushing me? And I'm like, you don't ever let a bitch finish what they're saying. You need to let people speak.
Yeah.
All the way through.
Period. You really do. I mean, in general, you need to allow a thought to be completed, except when it's a bunch of manifestors in the room. And like Karen said, it's something weird, but we just automatically always do parallel streams that keep flowing in the same direction. I love how you guys like nodded in unison because it's just isness. Manifestor isness.
It's like I said in my voice note this morning, like, this is your captain speaking, but it's like the layout of the plane is 4 captains.
What? And we're all just having a tea party up there while we fly to wherever we're going.
The plane's on autopilot.
Literally. The vehicle drives itself. That's why you need 4 of them.
Yeah.
We're all representing one of the directions. I don't know.
I also would just like to say when I did get called into the office for shushing and said that, he was like, "You're right. I do that. I'm trying to be better about it."
That's good.
Good.
He checked himself.
Maybe next time I'll find a more respectful way to shush you. You know, maybe she shouldn't be shushing in a work meeting.
Like a quiet from your lips to their lips.
I don't think that would be worse.
Shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
Like, look.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Violet, did you want to bring in something other about the rest cycle? Is there another piece?
That was it. I don't think so.
Cool.
I'm complete.
I guess I've been in like an intense rest cycle. We're just like napping 4 hours every single day. And I'm like, when will this end?
When it says so.
Yeah.
I know. So annoying. Sometimes I do truly feel at the mercy of the rest cycle sometimes. And again, like being in mom mode, it's like anywhere between 5 and 6 a.m. It is up, it is go time, and it is nonstop until like 7 p.m., you know? And I'm like, oh my God, like I'm laying down every night to watch like a show or something, and I'm immediately passing out. And then I'm waking up on the couch at like 12 and then getting into bed, and I like don't feel like I'm ever getting real rest. And then I wake up and I do it all over again. And then I reflect on like how recently I've just been feeling this like stirring towards the creative work. And I'm just like, it feels completely irrational. Like it's the feminine. Like that's the best, category indicator, shorthand that I know for this experience, which is just like, whenever the fuck she says so, like we're her bitch, it's not the other way around. And in a productized society, like obviously there's a lot of stress around not producing and whatever we make that mean about ourselves. But just in general, the background feeling I always feel is like, is it weird that I'm not making anything right now? It feels weird that I'm not making anything right now. Like that there's like a big should. And like the more that I challenge it by daring to do the things that I enjoy just for the sake of enjoyment itself, and when those things coincide with literally doing nothing, like laying out is the best example that I have for my body. It's the most receptive thing that I do, that I want to do. I'm just being penetrated by the sun, and I'm just nothing. I'm doing nothing. I'm just being charged right now. That's it.
Yeah.
That gives me more than, like I can get high off being productive too. And, the urge is here and all this stuff is happening. But like, I guess quality rest is the only thing that ever has an impact, but it still doesn't control like when the rest cycle shifts from my experience.
Yeah. I feel like I learnt in human design that it's like you create and then you rest. But I've just completely dispensed with that concept. Like, yes, you create and you rest, but it's not like, I feel like sometimes 5 minutes in the sun is enough, and other times you need hours, but it's not proportionate to like the size and the magnitude of the creative urge.
Yes.
Like it's just
literally.
It's not how I feel like we are so much deeper embedded in the non-material as a directive for our urges, that any kind of trying to rationalize, productize, even like cognitively predict or plan what it's going to.
Yeah.
Like the more that I try to traditionally market something that I'm creating, like the less I get from it.
Yeah.
It could, because it's like it really is like everything that we do is like an emanation. It's not a
like we market naturally by being us and sharing the natural us with people. I very much feel that is like the phase that I am in right now. I'm like, everything I'm doing is marketing for what's coming next. And so I just have to keep sharing what I'm doing now. And that's the funnel.
And
literally,
I feel like it kills it for us when we try to reverse engineer our impact.
Very true. It's like you try a million times and it's never like, you're always disappointed every time. I'm like, oh, it's almost as if a human told me to do this. Very weird. Very weird. You're listening to humans all of a sudden. Very weird. Oh.
Reminding me of the
It really does trip me out sometimes. You're good. You're good. You're good.
I was talking to my brother on the drive out, where I had like some things happen on the first day of my drive, and I was like telling him how I feel. I'm like, yeah, but like the last 2 months have just been so like unknown. And he's like, bitch, it's always unknown. And I'm like, oh, like I guess it's just been a lot more prominent, but kind of relaxing into that unknown and letting things unfold without the plan, because and then you make a plan and then it doesn't plan, and then you have reactions and feelings, and if you just let the thing unfold how it wants to. Yeah, that's all I have.
Let it emerge also.
Yes. Yeah, it reminds me of what you said, was it last time when you were saying like the amount of time things take, like things take a while. I don't remember exactly what you were saying about that, Jen, but
I'm blanking also.
It was the like, what you're living now is the vision that you were speaking into life 6-7 years ago.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And we also talked about how like you write a plan, and if you try to follow it, everything falls to shit. But if you throw the plan away and you never look at it again, you'll find out 6-7 years later, like, oh, I followed the plan. Where I think we are the most conditioned is pacing and timing. I have to say that. Like, and it's gotta be the worst probably for splenic manifestors. So God bless their souls. But I just realized like how loose my relationship with time is. And then I'll have this moment of like normie consciousness where I recognize how much time has passed and I freak out for a minute. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, I have no concept of this. I have no natural concept of this in my body, at least in the way that is significant to the outer world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And sometimes it puts me in a little panic. Like I'll be real. Like, and I think it's because the time systems of this world don't apply to us. And yet it's just so there that we couldn't escape assuming that it had to apply to us. You know, even if our bodies acted differently, the mental conditioning, it got us all. I don't think we could escape it in this day and age.
You know how you talk about the infinite game?
Mm-hmm.
This past couple of weeks, I've been thinking about it as if, like, sort of as a way to ease panic about time and how, like, everything that all of my ambition, everything that I'm working on now, it's like, am I gonna do it in this lifetime?
Right.
And the way to like ease that it's been like, this morning I was making French toast, and I was just like, as a thought experiment, like, what if I have been working in this fully committed, immersed, heartfelt, you know, like rooted in a love for humanity and life way. What if I've been doing this for thousands and thousands of years, and I just get to like have my breakfast this morning, and to have this breakfast and like go to my hot pools and walk my dogs and have this, and like, even as if my ambition is part of my what I've earned from just lifetimes and lifetimes of being like, yes. And
yeah.
it's yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
I love that so much, Karen. And honestly, just hearing you say that is like, I feel it's like your ambition and the, oh no, will I get it done this time? It's one of your favorite games. Like, that's what I felt in that. Like, actually, that is a part of your ambition, is a part of your enjoyment. And the cat and mouse, am I going to get it? You know, is this project going to amount to anything? You know, like it's almost as if you love it. And, you know, we all know that underneath it all, the experiences we keep having, we love them. But sometimes it's hard to remember that when you're, you know, just in the mind looking at the thing.
Yeah.
Put the cart before the horse sometimes, and things get weird. If mind goes first, it just gets weird. If body goes first, I didn't have to think about it, and things happen very easily. Why don't we just do that? It's one of those weird conundrums. And where I'm at now is it literally makes enjoyment sense, logical sense. It makes all the senses that we would just let our bodies lead, right? But it's not a cognitive thing like that. Like, oh, this is a correct decision to make. Let's just make it. Like, I feel that, especially manifestors, with how dense our aura is, it's like our nervous systems are thicker too. And we have to go through a process of like kind of softening that from the inside out to we have to go through a process of softening the nervous system, the like fascia, because we've been tightening up against what our mind thinks about what like society shows us. And there's just that inner conflict of the body. And we've been like tensing up to that for like our whole fucking lives. And so to actually transition into a life where you let the body lead all the time, it takes a lot of softening work, let's say, you know. Takes a lot of opening.
I've been thinking a lot about, I've been like looking back a lot, and I was looking at my fountain today and remembering how, I don't know, like pre the first temple we worked together in, I made a post about like I feel the softness coming in or something. And I'm like, bitch, if you, like, it's been, like, that was, I don't know, like 5 years maybe ago. And I'm like, you had no idea, like, at all what softening was then. But, like, also that, you know, the entry point of, and then the forgetting and remembering and kind of coming full circle. And I was thinking about the moment too, when you drew the fountain and I came out and I was like, what is this? And
what the like, fuck is this?
And then
and I was like, I just channeled it. I'm not going to take it personally if you say no to it. I was like, I didn't do it.
You're like that. Yeah.
That was even, that was like the easiest circumstance for me. And there was like a part of me out of my body watching the whole thing happening, saying like, aren't you going to freak out? Does this hurt your feelings? And I was like, no.
No.
It's,
no, it doesn't, because I didn't do it. I didn't do it. This is her initiation. She gets to decide what she wants to do from here. That's not my job. And wow, that is what being a relaxed manifestor feels like.
It's really none of my concern.
What you do with this is not my job. None. Literally,
I was thinking that
zero.
Literally yesterday. Like, your response is your response.
That's like one of my favorite memes to post ever. Like, actually, this has nothing to do with me and everything to do with you. So,
oh gosh. Peace. Like, I'm not trying to be typist, but
it's the best signature, is it not?
This morning I was in the hot pools. It was raining. I was like out to my neck in the salt hot water pools with my eyes closed, and the rain was falling on my face, and I was like, I'm at peace. This is what peace feels like.
That's amazing.
And like I love that, you know, you were saying about like thicker nervous systems, more softening, like more, more opening, more permeability, more grace, more patience. It's also like, and maybe this ties into emotional authority as well, but it's a neutral, like the neutral state. Even thinking about like how other people react to what I'm creating, the neutral state is my most natural state.
That is so true.
And I don't know if it's like, you think about something like success. Success is like a it's more on like the hyper than the hypo end.
Yeah.
And so is surprise, and so is satisfaction. They're all like, if they were on a battery, it would be like the positive end.
Yeah.
But it's like this really understanding the feeling tone, the texture, the quality of peace. It's like so such like close bedfellows with presence as well, and that like non-temporal quality that that our experiences all have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I went to the weed shop today with Nicole, and I was just watching. Like, I'm like, no, I'm serious. Like what is my body like? How am I? I'm gonna smell it and like see it, and like I want to know like if I'm reactionary to it. And I wasn't. I was just like, and then I hit that, and I was telling her we were talking about reaction and earlier in the day about like there was like picketers and protesting and stuff. And I'm like not into that kind of reactionary display, I guess, anymore. And so when we were standing in the shop, she like looked at me and I was like, no, it's like I'm neutral. I'm not having the reaction. I'm not having like when the first time I tried to quit, it was like, or did quit for a little bit, it was like I would smell it or see it and be like, oh, like that means
like
I wish that was me, or like it was like this reaction I was still having. And right now it's just oh, like cool.
Yeah, it's like you have the option if you wanted to like play out the habit of craving, but it's not authentically there. Kind of like when you really feel an emotion after about 90 seconds, it's over and it's moved on to something else. But if your story if you're very attached to your story, that's the second that you restart the script, you play it again, maestro. Yes. Let's go again. And then you work all the emotions back up again. And that is a creative choice.
Same thing happens when you get choked.
That's a... Oh, it's so nice to have someone else talk jujitsu to me. I love that.
I know. I was like, hey, baby.
You want to get choked tonight?
I think when I come to Colorado, I'm going to try. There's like 15 minutes bike from Carly's house. I'm going to try train a couple times.
Is it Easton?
I think so. I just Googled it. I'll talk to her about it as well. But
okay, well, I think it's Easton, and that's where I used to train, just at the one in Denver, and it's a really great club. So,
oh my gosh, international,
baby, we're training internationally. Oh man. I have a desire to make an album, but it's not for like singing purposes. It would be like a spoken word, like guided experience, you know?
I've been really into Nikki Giovanni,
and I want like a deconditioning track for... Who's that?
I'll send it to you later, but I want to hear what you're saying.
Oh, just like a deconditioning track for each of the energy centers. That's been something that's been popping up a lot lately. Like I had the idea forever ago, but it's like, you should just, you can just like release an album, right? You can do that.
Yeah.
That's a thing you can do. Want to do that.
I don't know why I'm hearing, who's that girl?
La, 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 la. Jet's that girl.
That song, that is Charlotte's song. Ever since I brought her home from the hospital, dude, like I've been like,
oh my God.
That's always the song I sing at her. So, but I love it. It's a vibe. Eve's a vibe.
Yeah. Big peace fields.
Mm-hmm. Peace.
All right. Should we start recording now? Just hang out for a bit?
Mm-hmm.